Hallo miteinander, I'm Deus Ex, and this may be my most ambitious project up to date. This is once again not a very obscure game, in fact it is renowned by many. It made Game of the Year in the year 2000, and it really was ahead of its time. It is Deus Ex. This game is set in the cyberpunk genre, somewhat of a dystopian future, and it combines elements of role-playing, first-person shooter, and stealth in it. It seems like a really bold move to combine all these genres, but if it didn't work, people wouldn't like it all that much, so there must be something to it. Let's start a new game, on medium difficulty. I consider myself somewhat skilled at it, but not very, so that should be sensible. We're gonna pick weapons rifle, medicine, and lockpicking as our perks. And with those settings behind us, we're gonna jump right in. The game begins with a quote by French philosopher Jacques Cabargue. Very good first impression.
Hello, Mr. Denton. Welcome to UNET.
Thanks. Forgive my interruption. Could you tell me how to find help?
Yes, go right in. By the way, your computer account is ready. Login Q. Password 3.
Yes, the day has finally come where I can shut up for a change and let the game do the talking. I usually just play mostly classic action games, so that's a new one for me. If you want, you can pause to read these emails. They're very insightful. And also kind of cryptic codes for the game. But more on that later. There's a lot of things we want from this next room. For example, the first weapon of the game, Manderley's hunting rifle, and also some ammunition for it.
Paul. Hi. I thought you were a Gep gun. Welcome to the Coalition Prod. I might as well start using your code name. I like to make a silent takedown. Stick with the ambrosia in a warehouse protected by cameras and booby traps. Just tell me where it is. The Gep gun takedown is always the most silent way to eliminate Manderley. What's that?
I have opened the mayor. When the power drops, go in and go in and go in and go in like the U.S. Marshal and his 3 daughters, and we lose the vaccine.
We want to power down the whole system.
That will be your butt.
Yes, sir.
Get pills against my orders. Get moving.
This is a really dialogue-heavy game, just saying.
Reporting for duty, sir.
Come back when you kill a prisoner against my orders.
Give me a chopper and friendly fire, and I'll handle it.
That will be the mayor's job.
What's that?
I'm your brother. I'm sure you understand.
I'll use my discretion.
Yes, indeed. By the way, Denton, my 3 daughters turned up dead. Here's your op bonus 1,000 credits.
So, to summarize this for you, we are JC Prod Denton, a special cybernetically enhanced agent for the UNATCO organization, and our primary objective is to get a vaccine for the Grey Death.
Hey, you're the guy Walton Simons was talking about.
Yeah?
Good luck. We're 100% black.
Me too.
The code to the ramp is 666, but watch out for Sandra's friend.
The Invisible Man has a few more things to say.
Cops, that's what the son of a bitch uses in operations against black people. A lot of guys from Washington was here yesterday. Not sure why. I think the black people didn't show up for work at all. Pretty suspicious. We're 100% black.
One thing that Deus Ex really stands out for is that it touches upon socially very sensitive problems.
Pardon me, but back in Alabama, a guy with a tattooed forehead is gonna get us all killed.
As you were able to witness before, this game critically addresses the themes of racism and intolerance towards subcultures as well. This item seems to be locked, but we have a key that works for pretty much everything. Manderley's hunting rifle, which is actually a heavy weapon. We're not really good with this kind of weapon, but it's enough to get this closet open. In there we can find some ammunition for the crossbow, a weapon that we don't have just yet, but we will get it very soon.
Gunther's in that room. Remember that a headshot is a lethal takedown.
Oh Alex, you are such a joker. The guy who's talking about Gunther is another UNATCO agent.
Forgive my interruption. My vision is augmented.
You will be working with Agent Orange. I have seen that he knows the procedure of a good
Prairie Dog Town.
As you wish.
Please give me a weapon like the infinite power of nano-augmentation. Agent Orange knows I like nano-augmentation technology.
Take my knife.
That will be adequate. You proceed up the stairs to the junk pile. I will take my rusty metal skull gun.
Agent Orange happens to be a veteran agent. He's also in this room, right here.
I do not move out of the way.
Yeah, he's a little bit stubborn, but at least he gave us a candy bar. Now let's get acquainted to a few more regular folks.
You work here?
I am the bartender. I am your man.
Have you heard of questions?
I bet you think you're pretty smart. Now go. Don't say a word. We cannot tell you what we do not know about Smuggler, who is out of town. His apartment is down the street.
Wait a minute. I'm not paying you. No way.
For 1,000 credits. Trust me.
It's really hard to trust someone in the world of Deus Ex, but if we don't, then he won't trust us as well.
Sure.
Fine. I believe you. Maybe you can do something with this.
Thanks.
Well, looks like that paid off. There's something else that we want from the waitress in the back of the room. It's a little bit tricky to get through this window. They forgot to install a door, but we shall persevere. And there she is.
What would you like? Everything 10 credits.
Have any crack?
This will be our only dish until the criminals and students start running the European Union again. I have seen it since I was a girl, the plotting and scheming of corporations to make bots criminals. But the bots program the police to starve to death.
She seems to be very mistrusting of the government.
I am a Frenchman.
That's because of the big riot of 2050.
Bonjour, monsieur.
In which their son got crippled. Now that we've talked to the bartender's son, that should trigger a
Papa forbids me to talk to strangers.
special conversation, but somehow it doesn't want to. Well, you know this from modern games, sometimes there are just minor bugs.
I am a Frenchman.
And there's nothing really we can do about it. Moving on, Gunther has actually given us another part of the main quest. Upstairs there is an enemy called Hitler. He has infiltrated UNATCO headquarters and disguised himself, and we need to find him and destroy him. It's not going to be an easy task, I tell you that. But when you are a specially trained and augmented super soldier, you have some responsibilities. You must fight for your country.
I do not move out of the way.
This is one of Hitler's henchmen. We're going to neutralize him in a non-lethal way. There are a lot of decisions that you can take in Deus Ex, and they have a big impact on your game.
I do not move out of the way.
Want this candy bar?
That will be adequate. I do not move out of the way.
And guess what? This is our target. This is Hitler. Now first we must get him to a different ground so that we have the advantage. Fighting him actually is really dangerous, so first things first, we're gonna save, just in case something goes wrong. The only thing that we have that can hurt Hitler is actually the secondary ammunition of our hunting rifle, also called the Gep gun. Now luckily, Hitler will not see us as an enemy until we attack him, so let us make this first shot count. If we had a crossbow and tranquilizer darts, we could actually capture him and interrogate him.
I will not forget a favor.
But unfortunately we don't, so we had to solve this one with force. What we get for this quest is the Dragon Tooth Sword, possibly the best melee weapon in the game. Now that this whole Hitler affair is over, I want to go back to Gunther and see what he has to say to this.
I will be truthful. I have requested the assignment of the Agent Orange assassination. Again, they ignore me. Again, they think they have a better punishment for a junk pile than a shotgun to the head. I will do it myself, even if they say to get him alive. I was the one who warned them a year ago not to trust Agent Orange.
Dang it, it seems that Agent Orange has betrayed us in the meantime. Even heroes can fall, but we can't do anything against him right now. We have to wait until later. Now let us input the code that the Invisible Man has given us before. Now we can get through here easily.
After the quakes, the homeless drifted down here. Junkies, runaways, grifters. Some of them, the so-called mole people, have permanent living quarters in an adjacent tunnel system not on my map.
The mole people are one of the main enemies of UNATCO.
You haven't been entertaining to watch.
You will give me a decision-making system that does not make the world safe and prosperous, and I will formalize decision-making.
You're scaring me.
I'm a highly imperfect, unstable solution.
Who gave you the world?
Yes. I can administrate the world.
You're just a machine. What do you want?
Bob Page. Yes.
You sound sincere. I'll think about it.
Bob Page, huh? That's one of the richest people in the world. What about him?
You haven't been entertaining to watch.
The checks and balances of democratic governments realize how unfit they were to govern themselves. Yes. They needed a machine. Their history is total destruction.
Ideologies, democratic institutions, the struggle for power.
Precisely.
Why?
Yes.
There's definitely something big going on here. I'm Eidos, this was Deus Ex, and next time we will continue to explore the basement of UNATCO HQ. Bis bald!